So I wasn't planning to get to work today, so I didn't know. But I didn't have nothing planned out until probably like a couple of days ago that God told me, that I'm gonna speak about this. Like how like I found trust. So that's something that I'm still kind of like in the works. I'm still trying to allow him and like me trusting him in certain areas, just because of certain things that I've in my past with the things with my dad, the things that growing up I didn't have, never had nothing like that I had something control of, like hairstyle, clothes, stuff like that. Um, so I have three verses. One of the verses was in the song I saw is Proverbs 3, 5, 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not in your own understanding. And in all your ways knowledge him and he shall direct your path. Um, that stood out to me because of the fact that like the recent with me getting the car and with the job that I have right now, if I would not lean on his trust and trusting him and all that, then I could have not had the car. I could have not had the job that I have right now. I could not have everything that I was given, the blessings that he's been giving me. So with me trusting him now more on him, I see how his blessings and how he is providing in my life, in my family's life. Um, there's a story that y'all probably know it that stood out to me throughout the whole week. With I can't say their names.
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
And I'm pretty sure y'all read that story so many times. How there was like an official that wanted them to worship the statue of the king, but they would not give in for it. But it was pretty long. I'm gonna go ahead and read it. Then Nebuchadnezzar was full of fury, and in the expression of his face changed towards Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. He spoke the command that they heat the fragrance 7 times more than it was usually heated, and he commanded certain mighty men.
You guys go play in the room, not on the stairs.
His army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and cast them into the burning fury furnace. And then these men were bound in their coats,
in the room,
their turbans, and their other garments, and were cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Therefore, because the king's command was urgent and the furnace exceedingly hot, the flame of the fire killed those men who took up Shadrach,
Meshach, and Abednego.
Yeah, thank you.
That's okay.
And these 3 men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down, bounded into the midst of the burning fury furnace. Then King Nebuchadnezzar was astonished, and he rose and hastened and spoke, saying to his
Aldora, close the door. Aldora.
Did we not cast 3 men bounded into the midst of fire? They answered and said to the king, True, O king. Look, he answered, I see 4 men loose walking in the midst of the fire, and they are not hurt. And the form of the 4th is like a son of God. So for them, putting their whole trust in in Jesus, and that they knew going in there, if they would have died, they knew where they were going to go. But if they were not going to die, they knew who was going to save them. So with that story, it basically it is making me, not making me, but it's putting more in my trust in Jesus than in my own self, because I've always tried to control certain aspects in my life, like the way I live, my cars, like how I want to upgrade this, upgrade that, and there's certain aspects like that I'm trying to control, but I'm letting more of him control in it, because I'm realizing the more that I lose control and I let him control, the more of a better aspect I'm growing, the more of I'm getting off of it. So me losing is him gaining. And the third verse that I have is basically it's well known where Peter the apostles go when they already fed the I think it's like thousands of people, and Jesus sends them to go on the boat to the other side, and he goes out to the mountain to pray.
5,000.
5,000 first, yeah. So he goes up to the mountain to pray, and so he goes. But immediately Jesus spoke to them, saying, but yeah, like, there was a storm. Like, I'm pretty sure y'all already know it. I just, I wanted to clarify it. But immediately Jesus spoke to them, saying, be of good cheer. It is I. Do not be afraid. And Peter answered him and said, Lord, if it's you, command me to come to you on the water. So he said, come. And when Peter had come down out of the boat, he walked on water to go to Jesus. But when he saw that the wind was boisterous, he was afraid, and beginning to sink, he cried out, saying, Lord, save me. So that's where, I'm trying to get it, like I'm trying to walk my water towards him, that way I won't sink. Because back then I was nothing but like drowning in my own disaster.
All right.
It was good.
Amen.